Angel doves. In order to be successful in business, you need to be a clown. That's what we're going to be discussing today. So, how many of you want to take your business to the next level? Say yes. How many of you want to take your business to the next level in the funnest, quickest, easiest way possible? Say yes. That is what we are going to be discussing and doing on my channel. We are going to be talking about how to have a thriving business and how to become the entrepreneur of your dreams using comedy techniques. So if you guys are ready to have a little bit of fun today, I want to share with you some secrets on how using clowning can be the best thing you do for your business in 2025. So, if you guys are ready to get started, I want to share those secrets with you. So, first of all, I want to discuss, for those of you who are wondering, when she says clowning, like, what does she mean by clowning? And I'm talking about actual, like, red nose, honker honker stuff that you see in the circus clowning. Yes, you heard me right. Okay, so it was 2011. Was it 2011? I'd finished university and I was living in London, and I remember I saved just enough money to go for I think it was a 3-week course, to go and do a course in Paris on clowning, red nose clowning. And I remember I had studied some clowning at university, but the reason why I was so fascinated with clowning and studying clowning, not as a means of performance, but as a means of discovering my authenticity, discovering who I am, is because clowning was, what I realized from doing it at university, was the most effective tool in really delving deeper into exposing who I am, not only as a performer, but who I am as a human being. It was a time, whenever I'm clowning, it's a time on stage or a time in my workday or a time in my life when I'm feeling most exposed and most vulnerable. Now, the red nose, the nose that you put on your face when you are clowning, is the smallest mask in the world. But what this mask does is this mask kind of acts as a barrier. So it allows the audience to say, oh, she's wearing a red mask, we can laugh at her, we can laugh with her. Okay. But it also, this little mask on your face highlights your movements and highlights your emotion and highlights basically highlights what is going on inside of you and brings that to the forefront. Okay, so that was my biggest lesson from doing clowning. And it is through clowning that I truly got to discover who I am, what makes me a unique, brilliant, genius, wonderful creator. Okay, what makes me a unique, brilliant, genius, wonderful, hilarious entrepreneur. Okay, what's going to give me my unique selling point and take my business to the next level. So when we're talking clowning, I want you to understand that yes, we are talking about red nose clowning at the end of your nose, and what that did for my career and what it can do to enhance your career as a leader. So secret number 1 is that clowning allows us to embrace the power of play. Okay? When we are clowning, we are in a state of heightened awareness. We are super aware. We are curious like a child. We are in a playful state of what is going on around us. And because of this connectedness that we have, because we're so reliant on the audience laughing and the audience interacting to what we are doing, because we are so hyper aware of this and so hyper aware of our surroundings, we are getting to play, but not only play, be mindful when we are playing. And what this does is this creates a positive emotional connection with the audience, but it also teaches us so much about this awareness and our authenticity and being present to the connection that we have with others, the connection we have with our audience, the connection that we have with our clients. We're building a really fun, interactive, awesome brand that allows our audience and our clients to connect with us on a deeply personal level, because we are creating the brand through fun, through play, through mindfulness. Okay, we're getting to tap into that authenticity in our clients. So if you look at a brand like Virgin, for example, Richard Branson is known for, whether he knows he's using actual clowning techniques or not, he is known for having a brand that is fun, that is authentic, that speaks to his clients, okay? You know that if you are going on a Virgin flight, you are going to have a very different experience to if you are going on, any other flight, because there's always some sort of humor or something clever that's written on the nightshades, or that's written on the menu. You know that you are having an experience. And the same with Lyft in South Africa. So for those of you who are South African who are watching, you'll see that Lyft has created the most. I mean, they had Ellen Committee on one of the flights doing comedy. They are connecting with their client base through humor. And what this does is this allows the brand to really shine authentically, because it is connecting to one of the most raw emotions that we feel on a daily basis, and that is the emotion of humor. Okay, so it's really allowing us to tap into our authenticity. The second secret is that clowning allows us to master the art of improvisation. So as you guys know, I'm a professional improviser. I have spent a gabajillion rands, gabajillion pounds even, studying improvisation around the world, performing, having an improvisation company, which was the first for Africa to teach, go into corporates and teach the style of improvisation that I was teaching. And what I have noticed from going into corporates and teaching Fortune 500 companies and executives and entrepreneurs clowning and improvisation is that when we embrace the unexpected, which the clown has to do on stage. The clown is constantly improvising, thinking it on his feet at lightning speed, reacting to what is going on around him, hyper aware, reacting to the audience. Okay? The clown, the improviser, the entrepreneur in this case, becomes super adaptable. Clowning, because we are able to master the art of improvisation, we are able to become agile, to deal with unforeseen challenges in business. Okay. And we're able to tap into the part of us that is ready for action, ready for change, that is able to think at lightning speed and adapt. Okay, so this is secret number 2 as to why clowning is the most effective tool for business. Okay, secret number 3 is we are able to connect with our clients, with our audience base on a deeply emotional level. So, as I kind of briefly touched on before, clowns truly understand the power of emotions, and because this mask heightens our authenticity and heightens our emotions, we're able to connect with the clown and with our audience, whether it is to make people laugh or cry or feel all the feels. There is a deep connection that is created between clown and between audience, between entrepreneur and between client. And if you guys know anything about business, you know that 75% of businesses will not last longer than 15 years. And the reason, or one of the main reasons that these businesses fail, is because they haven't created a movement. What do I mean by that? They haven't created a strong enough message that moves people on an emotional level and allows them to change or allows them to take action. Okay, so it doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you want a thriving business, the connection with the audience is paramount and is the most important, because that connection and that sense of belonging is what really allows your audience to buy in, to join the cult of Claudine, or to join the movement, okay? To sign up for life. We want lifetime clients and lifetime customers. And the way we create those lifetime customers and lifetime clients is through creating this connection and this bond. And the quickest, easiest, simplest, funnest way to create that connection, to create that bond, is through humor and clowning. So those are 3 secrets as to how clowning can skyrocket your business and take your business to the next level. For those of you who are interested in taking your business to the next level, I am going to be running a masterclass, and I will be posting all the details of the masterclass in the link in my bio, or the link provided underneath this if you are on YouTube. And I want you to attend this masterclass, because in this masterclass, I am going to be showing you the simplest, funnest, easiest way to creatively problem solve and to take your business to the next level using humor, using comedy. So for those of you who are too serious about business and who feel like you need to inject some humor, some comedy into your personal brand, and you want to really create an authentic bond with clients, and more than an authentic bond with clients, but create a movement for your clients and for your audience, I want you to join me at this masterclass. It's going to be 3 hours, 4 hours. You're going to get an extra hour if you join the VIP, and we are going to be unlocking and discovering my From Blocked to Brilliant framework. I'm going to be teaching you my proven framework that allows you to unlock your brilliance when it comes to business using humor and comedy techniques. So I've had a few of you ask some questions that I want to go over with you. A lot of you have emailed me some questions just about the masterclass and just about, clowning for business and, how we can use humor to creatively problem solve. So the first question that we have, let's see, we have a question from Vaynant. Vaynant, hello. Will this make me look unprofessional? Okay, will this make me look unprofessional? Absolutely not. You can build a thriving business, and not only will it not make you look unprofessional, it will make you look more real, and it will allow your clients and your customers to connect with you on a deeper level, because what we're truly getting to by finding your humor and your creative genius and unlocking your brilliance is we're finding your authenticity. And if you are being authentic and being authentic online, okay, that is the quickest, easiest, simplest, funnest way to connect with your clients, connect with your audience base, and really, instead of creating a brand that you think is going to look unprofessional, it's not unprofessional. It's creating a brand that is based in authenticity, that is based in, who you are and your unique selling point. It allows you to discover what makes you special, beautiful, unique, awesome, hilarious you, and how you can offer that to your clients and your customers, no matter what you're selling. Okay, this is from Mpumi. Mpumi, I'm not funny. Will I be able to do this? Oh, love this question, Mpumi. Mpumi, I want you to know that most of the people I have worked with throughout my 14-year career as an entrepreneur, as a coach, teaching people improv comedy techniques for business, most people I've worked with, I mean, I have, I don't want to say most people, because I have worked with, I've worked with Emmy-nominated writers and loads of comedians to help them with their performances on stage and in film and on TV. So yes, I have. But when it comes to business, there hasn't been many people who have taken my improv comedy courses and gone, I want to get really good at improv comedy. The return on investment has never been do this improv comedy course to get good at comedy. It's do this improv comedy course to get good at life. And I want to tell you how I discovered this From Block to Brilliant framework. So when I finished university, I basically came out into the industry and was like ready to perform. So for some reason, I think it's because part of me thinks that going to university and getting a university degree has just become so redundant. I think it is bullshit, actually. I really do. And I think of my university career and what I learned at university. And for some reason, I remember our lecturers telling us that we weren't able to go out and audition and get jobs and get an agent until we were finished the 4 years of our degree, of our honors degree. And for me, that still makes no sense. Why are we sitting behind a desk learning the theory when we should be out getting practical experience on performance? getting practical life skills, getting stuck in the thick of it. That is the time that we should be failing. Instead, I spent the first 5 years of my career having to fail because I had never done television before. I had never been in front of a camera. So I look at my early film and, comedic performances and I want to cringe. Because I should have been spending that time that I was learning at university and growing as a comedian and growing as a performer failing. But instead, I was taught that everything has to be perfect and I can't fail and there's no space for fail because there's no space to fail until I learned improv comedy. Until I decided that I needed to make a change. And I'll tell you what happened that really sealed the deal for me. So after university, I went to go and see an agent. And as I say, this was now 4 years in the making. I hadn't done any professional work outside of theatre work at university. And I took my CV which had 2 little lines on it. I was so proud. And the agent, one of the top agents in South Africa, took one look at my CV and didn't even look. Took one look at me, didn't even look at my CV, and said, "You're too large to be in the industry." And I remember I was broken. I was broken because I had bought into the lie that going to university meant I would have a job after university. Going to university meant that I would have the skills to get any agent I want. Or going to university meant that I would have enough experience to get the job that I want. So I felt completely lied to. I felt completely broken. Okay, how many of you also went to university and expected to come out of university with a job or with some experience to put on your CV? Say yes. Okay, so I was completely broken and I had a dream board, and on my dream board there was a picture of Amy Poehler. For those of you who don't know who Amy Poehler is, have you been living under a rock? But Amy Poehler she's one of the world's greatest improvisers. She's been on SNL and loads of Parks and Rec. She's done loads of other shows. And she basically was on my vision board with a quote that she had said, which said, "Improv is like the military, we leave no man behind." And I had felt so left behind by university. I had felt so left behind by this degree that promised me work, that a light bulb went off and I was like, I don't want to feel left behind anymore. And I knew that what I had to go and do is I was called to go and study improv. And I looked up whatever courses that I could do in South Africa, and there was nothing on this level to go and basically master the art of improvisation. I needed to go to the home of improvisation. I needed to go to New York, to Chicago, to LA, to where, improv was created and improv was born, and I needed to go and master this skill. And I remember not having enough money. But when you are called to do something on a spiritual level, when you know that something is your destiny and something is your calling, you make a plan. I did whatever it took to find the money, because if you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know that it's not, I can't afford this. It's, how can I afford this? How can I afford this? If I said to you, if you're really into cars and I said to you, okay, cool, here is the latest Porsche. Here's the latest Porsche. It's going to change your life. And instead of getting it for $200,000, you can get it for $20,000 for limited time only. I bet you would do whatever it took to find that money. Okay. And if it's not cars, if it's something, if you've got kids at home, you'll know that if you've got to pay those bills, you will do whatever it takes to get food on their table. Okay. So I knew I had to do whatever it takes to find that money, to find those funds. And I applied to every single grant scheme that I could. And eventually I got a yes. Eventually, I had the money. And when I say I had the money, I had the exact amount I needed. It's not like I had, an abundance of money, which meant that afterwards I would be set for life and I didn't need to find a job. And I had the amount of money that I needed to go and study in New York, LA, and Chicago, to go become a master of improv for as long as I could, take as many courses as I could, travel, perform, and get as much experience and life experience as possible. And I did that. And I remember that I came home and I realized, or not even I came home, I had two big aha moments while I was in New York, LA, and Chicago while I was studying. And these two huge aha moments that I had was, first of all, I truly, by the end of this experience, I was able to discover what was unique, beautiful, wonderful, hilarious, genius, funny about me. And that gift of being able to tap into my authentic power, my unique selling point, is what has been able to, is what has enabled me to thrive in business. Okay? And to coach, the people that I've coached, and to get the accolades that I've gotten. Okay? The second huge aha moment I had is I looked around and I saw that I was one of the only people in the improv comedy class who was there to study comedy, to get good at comedy. There were people there from all walks of life. There were entrepreneurs there in my class who were there to study business or to study comedy to get good at business. To study comedy to get good at life. And my brain went, it exploded, because I made a deal with myself. It was in that moment that I said, I'm going to come back to South Africa and create the first for Africa improv comedy training company specifically geared at corporates. And I don't even want to say specifically geared at corporates. Like, it's more like specifically geared at using my methodology to enhance the lives of the students that I had. That's a much better way of putting it. And the reason why I say that is because in that time away, in that time mastering improv and going to the best schools in the world to learn how to improvise, and being overseas and being in the heart of improv comedy, I learned the methodology to go from blocked to brilliant in my own life. And I knew that I could come back and impact the lives of fellow South Africans by teaching them how to access their brilliance using comedy. Now, the first big client that I had, and this comes back to Mpumi's question of her saying, I'm not funny, will I be able to do this? The first big client I had was Ogilvy, and Ogilvy brought me in and said, I want you to train our creatives on how to be creative, basically. So we would get the brief and we would look at briefs, and I knew that I had to create a training method that I'd used in my own life, but now that was really quick, because I couldn't do it in 6 months. I couldn't do it in a year. I didn't have that amount of time with, my client. So I needed it to be really quick, because for those of you who work in advertising, you get the brief and you don't have much time before that brief needs to be converted into a full-blown ad. Okay, so it needed to be really quick. There was a lot of fatigue in advertising when it came to getting another brief, around brainstorming, around using old methodologies in order to create. So it needed to be really fun and exciting. Okay. It also needed to be, so Mpumi, this is for your question, will I be able to do this? I'm not funny, I'm not a comedian. It needed to be really simple, because I knew that the people who were taking this particular course, who I was working with at Ogilvy, were not using my methodologies to get good at comedy, but to access their creative genius. So I needed to make it accessible to people who weren't comedians. So that's a really long-winded answer to say, if you don't think you're funny, if you don't think you're a comedian, will you be able to do this? Absolutely, because I've got the social proof. I've spent 14 years collecting the social proof. Okay? Of clients that I've had who are not comedians, who have not used this from blocked to brilliant, proven system to get good at comedy, but rather get good at life, get good at business, access their creative genius, and you can do it too. So we have another question. Okay, this question, I can't see who this question is from. I'll answer it anyway. Okay, will my team take me seriously if I embrace improv? Okay, will your team take you seriously if you embrace improv? Absolutely, because we spoke about it being the quickest, easiest, funnest way to access your authenticity and your authentic genius. So when you are able to bring humor and, we spoke about bringing humor to connect with your clients and your audiences. It's the same thing to connect with your teams. When you are able to be vulnerable and authentic in front of your teams as a leader, you are able to connect with your teams on a different level, because they see you as human. They see you as relatable. Okay, so not only will they take you seriously, they will see that you are human. They will be inspired to embrace these techniques, because they will see how these techniques have allowed you to access your authenticity. So absolutely, they will take you seriously. I'm too analytical for, okay, this is from Andrew. I'm too analytical for improv. Okay, I'm too analytical for improv. I don't believe, this is a comment, but I don't believe this. Andrew, my love, I do not believe you. And the reason why I do not believe you is I am a Virgo moon and sun, okay? I have my moon and sun in Virgo. I am the most analytical. My biggest lesson from improv comedy has been not to overthink. Not to overanalyze everything. It is in my DNA. It is in my stars to overthink and to overanalyze. So, do I believe that you're too analytical for improv? Absolutely not, because what improv does is it allows us to think at lightning speed, to make decisions at lightning speed, to listen to our intuition and go with our gut. So we have to make decisions. We have to make decisions really quickly, and we have to learn how to act on those decisions really quickly. And if you think about it, that is what the best business humans in the world are able to do. Look at Elon Musk. Look at Jeff Bezos. All they are doing, really, at this stage of their business that's worth billions and trillions, is making huge decisions and having to listen to their gut, having to listen to their intuition, having to creatively problem solve on a daily basis. It's spontaneous innovation, okay? That's all it is. It's spontaneous innovation. So I would say that the quicker you are in terms of decision making, the quicker you are in terms of creative problem solving and being able to access your genius, the better you are at business. That is what I would say. And improv allows you to stop over analyzing, to get out of your head. If you're in your head, you're dead, okay? It allows you to get rid of, step away from that analytical brain, because it basically teaches you how to think at lightning speed on your at top of intelligence. We learn how to completely trust our gut and our intuition. Now, if you are a business human, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a creative, if you are doing any sort of creative work and you do not believe that you are intuitive or you have access to your creative genius, there's a problem. There's a problem. You cannot do business. I don't know how you function if you cannot, if you feel like you're not intuitive or not creative. Okay, you need that for every aspect of business. So, Andrew, you're too analytical. Don't buy it. Okay, improv comedy teaches you how to get out, literally how to get out of the analytical brain into your creative center, which is your prefrontal cortex, which lights up when we're in creative flow, when we meditate, when we pray. So it actually switches off the analytical brain. If you look at a study done by Charles Lim is a jazz improviser, and what he did was, he's a scientist, sorry, and he's a neuroscientist, and he took a whole lot of jazz musicians and put them in MRI machines while they were improvising, and he saw that the part of the brain that switches off when we are improvising is the analytical part of the brain, and the part of the brain that lights up, that ignites, is this creative problem solving area. So you're too analytical, bullshit, don't buy it. I'm too busy for this. Okay, I love it when I get people who are like sassy in the comments. I'm too busy for this. Okay, I'm too busy for this. I love this because I'm too busy for that. I have the same amount of hours in a day as Elon Musk. And you have the same amount of hours in a day as Elon Musk. But Elon Musk is working towards getting us to Mars. What are you doing? What are you doing with your time that you are too busy for this? And as I say, if it is your destiny, your calling, if it is important enough to you to make a change, to take your business to the next level, to succeed, you will find the time, my angel. So I love that. I love that you think you're too busy for this. I love it when people say that to me, because I always think of Elon Musk. I'm always like, he's getting us to Mars. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Like whenever I want to complain that I'm too busy or I have no time, I'm like, let me not complain. Let's just look at Elon, people. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This one I love. Okay. Okay, Sarah. My industry is too traditional for this. I'm an accountant. My industry is too traditional. Can I use these techniques? Okay, Sarah. I love this because if you look at the list of global conglomerates that I have worked with, if you look at my list of clients, my list of companies that I have worked with, you will see how many accounting agencies I have worked with and how we've been able to inject humor into the daily operations and humor into helping these accountants who are doing accounting-y things access their creative genius. So I don't care if you're a creative. I don't care if you think that, business, you in an industry that is too traditional, like accounting. Why can't you access your creative genius while you are accounting? Maybe your genius is the accounting. So how do you have fun? How do you have fun at work? How do you enjoy it? And as I say, I probably had the same sort of reservations when I first, I think the first accounting firm I ever went into was it Nolan's? Oh, can't remember. I think it was Nolan's. I've done a few. That I can't remember which the first one was, but I remember having some sort of reservation around, I've never done this with like accountants or people who are sitting behind a computer screen all day, and what I realized is their zone of genius just lies somewhere else, but they can use the same techniques, the same comedy techniques, the same block to brilliant system that I created to access their zone of genius. So, is your industry too traditional for this? Hell no. Okay. My stakeholders expect predictable results. What sort of results can I expect from this? Okay, so this, so a lot of people think that improv comedy is about abandoning predictability. And it's actually about enhancing your creativity with predictability. And what I mean by that is because you're in the state of innovation and you're learning to generate innovative ideas within a structured framework, and because there is structure, this structure gives us room to play, room to be creative, room to find our creative genius, room to access our authenticity, room to creatively problem solve. And this ensures predictability, and this ensures brilliant outcomes. You guys know that the time where you are feeling, or you guys will have experienced this, the time when you come up with your most brilliant genius creative ideas is when you're in the shower, when you are when you have a dream, when you are in play, okay, when you are doing something creative, right? But within that creativity, there are rules. Within the dreaming, there are rules. You need to be asleep in order to dream. Okay, don't talk to me about lucid dreaming and this and that, but you know what I mean. You need to be painting on a canvas. There needs to be paint and canvas. There needs to be pencil and canvas. Okay, there needs to be rules which allow your creative genius to flow. And I've created a simple, proven framework that allows you to get predictable, brilliant results by sticking in the framework and being able to creatively problem solve within that framework. Okay, the last question I have is from Shelley. What if this doesn't work for me? Shelley, I am so confident in the transformative power of improv comedy that I don't even think it is possible for it not to work for you. You know, what I would challenge you to do is I would challenge you to come to the masterclass that I'm holding. You know, if you think that this isn't for you and you want to give it a try, sign up for VIP, because I'll be able to answer all your questions in the VIP section, and I'll be able to really work through your limiting beliefs around it and work through any obstacles and objections that you have. But the only way I could think it wouldn't work for you is if you don't implement it and actually do the work and take the action. That's the only way. If you just learned the theory and read a whole lot of books about it and never did anything besides have the knowledge in your brain, yes, then I think it is not for you and it will not work. But I am so confident, because I have worked with a countless number of clients, that I understand the transformative power of being able to access your zone of genius. I understand the transformative power of improv comedy. And because I've worked in such a wide range of businesses and careers and, as I say, accounting firms, banks, so people in finance, creatives, entrepreneurs, charities, stay-at-home moms, okay, who are looking for side hustle. I mean, I have worked in the industries, and if you implement the framework and what I teach you, and if you, really work according to the system, there's no way this can fail. There's no way. I just have too much social proof around it. I just have way too much social proof around it. So if you guys have stayed to the end, I want to say thank you. I am so excited for this masterclass that I'm going to be running, and I am going to be really delving deeper into this framework. I'm going to be sharing with you the exact framework that I've used with entrepreneurs, with Fortune 500 companies, to help them go from blocked to brilliant and take their business to the next level in the funnest, quickest, easiest way possible. If this sounds like something you are interested in, and making 2025 your year to take your business to the next level, to add some humor, to add some fun into your business, and access your unique selling point and your creative genius, I want you to sign up for this masterclass. Okay, I'm going to put the details in the link in my bio, and if you're watching from YouTube or whatever other channel you're watching from my channels, remember to like, to follow, to share. If there's anybody else who can benefit, invite them. I am on a mission to create a movement of people who are accessing their zone of genius to live the life of their dreams, and doing that in the most fun and humorous way possible. I can't wait to see you guys in the masterclass. It is going to be awesome. I will see you guys live and fresh tomorrow. Come with your questions. You can email me questions. You can DM me questions. I will make sure that I answer them in my next live. We will be discussing something else that allows you to access your creative genius. See you tomorrow, Angel Doves. Stay hilarious.